Alright, YouTube, we're taking the Lexus RC-F out onto the wonderful Mazda Raceway at Laguna Secca. And this is actually my second stint taking this on the track. First time around was at Willow Springs, and I noticed that the transmission had some issues. You can certainly read about those in the column. And we're going to see if they've ironed those out or some different settings will make any difference. Here goes. All right, so far so good. In case you were wondering why I short shifted there, it's because there's a sound booth between turns 5 and 6. If I were to set off an alarm, the car would be disqualified from further track testing and removed from the track. So far, the issues are not there. The throttle blip is pretty smooth. That was the issue last time. Throttle blip was really rough. I think they may have ironed it out. What had really been ironed out was my driving. I couldn't quite come to grips with it until the end of the lap, but Sports Plus mode may have been too much for me to handle back at Willow Springs. Not because it wasn't properly calibrated, but because I was still a novice. I suppose the only thing that hadn't yet been ironed out was the price of entry. To become a member of the RC-F Owners Club, you have to fork over $75,000. That's roughly $5,000 more than a comparably equipped BMW M4. It would seem that Lexus certainly has confidence in its new performance coupe. Some would argue the price discrepancy is not justified by the performance specs alone, as the BMW has a slight edge when it comes to track driving. Given the BMW's weight advantage of roughly 375 pounds, it doesn't come as a shock when you discover the M4 reaches 60 miles per hour 0.5 of a second sooner. That's in spite of the Lexus's 42 horsepower advantage. Granted, the Beamer has the advantage when it comes to torque by 17 foot-pounds. I, however, would gladly hand over the extra cash. I find the interior of the Lexus to be the best in class, and since you spend more time stuck in stop-and-go traffic these days, the interior comfort level is probably more important to everyday drivers than a few tenths of a second off your 0 to 60 times. And we're going to have to let the Z06 pass up here. The Viper ACR. Wow. Wow, I'm impressed this time around. I think previously at Willow Springs I wasn't pushing it hard enough. So that's why the throttle blip was kind of lunging me forward. When you really get on it and take it to the extreme, it actually wants more. There's the corkscrew. Wow. That's impressive. So the issue, as I mentioned, was it's got a traditional torque converter transmission that is fully locked, and I think gears 2nd through 8. And when it blips the throttle in automatic mode, if you have it in Sport Plus mode and you're going kind of half speed or whatever, 50% power, you're going to feel a lunge forward when it shifts. But when you gunning it full on, it's perfect. It's seamless. It's awesome. And that's my second review, my follow-up. And you can read about it in the steering column. Thank you.